ass shit. Carburetor's out of sync. Still fun though. Hey buddy. Dude, this is like a fat guy bike. That seat's so fat. Oh, its brakes aren't as good as the R1s though. And I can't use the mirrors. They're just for looks, I suppose. Oh, and there's no steering dampener. This thing's a death trap. Wow. Wow. What's up, guys? Welcome to another vlog. We haven't done a motovlog in a while, so we decided to do that today. Let's see. Today, I rode this in the first ever motovlog, didn't I? But that got like no views. Instead of the R1, we're on the, well, Devin's still on the Bolt, but we got the ZX9R today. It's loud, it's smelly, the carbs are out of sync, but sometimes it's fun to be a hoon. This bike controls on people hard. It is, probably can't hear it through the mic, but it's too loud in person, if there is such a thing. The carbs are all out of sync, so it backfires and pops and all that shit. The idle's too high. The way that I came into possession of this thing is interesting too. I have this bike because the first car I ever modified, an RX-8. If you're familiar with RX-8s, they're not very fast. And there's not a, I mean, there's a lot you could do to it, but without money, I was kind of limited to like Nitrous. So that's exactly what we did. I suppose I can tell a story because it's a pretty interesting story. Tell the story how we came in possession to this ridiculous green thing. Okay, so I wanted a faster car. I bought an RX-8, which wasn't a good choice if you want to go fast. There's a lot you can like about an RX-8. It's just not that fast. Yeah, I wasn't the easiest on cars. So, one way to go fast, at least a little bit faster, is Zex has a wet shot kit. I believe it was a 55 shot for the RX-8. So we installed that, and everything was great for a few months. You know, you got a noticeable little kick. You know, it activated automatically at full throttle, so it gave the car that little bit that everyone feels like it's lacking. However, one day, everything kind of went to shit. We were coming home from some party on the highway, and I was stuck in traffic. And there was a tractor trailer that I needed to pass, so I flipped on the Nitrous. There's a little switch to engage it on the left. And once you flip the switch on, next time you went full throttle, it opened a solenoid and dumped the Nitrous. The thing that went wrong is I hit the Nitrous around the tractor trailer, but when I took my foot off the gas, the solenoid was frozen open. Now, I reached out to Zex, and I reached out on the RX-8 forums, and no one seems to believe that, but I swear to fucking God, that's what happened. So, take my foot off the gas, and the car's like bucking, you know, the check engine light's flashing, so I know something's wrong. It's like, holy shit, guys, we need to pull over. There's something seriously wrong, we might explode and die. So we pull the car over, and I turn it off, and I hear like this hissing noise. So I immediately open the hood of the car. The entire intake manifold was frozen. The Nitrous had actually, like, there was this frost, this white frost over the entire engine. And so at that point, you know, it still wasn't shutting off. So I ran around to the back of the car, opened the trunk, the bottle was in the trunk, and I had to manually close the bottle to get it to stop. So I got the Nitrous spring situation under control by shutting the bottle off. What I wasn't too sure about though was now there's a bunch of gas in this cylinder, this intake manifold. There's a lot of volume that's supposed to be filled with nothing, and now it's filled with flammable gas. So the last thing I wanted to do was to start the car, have it spark, and then ignite all of that, because I feared that the intake manifold would explode. So I let everybody in the car know that we're going to be waiting a few minutes, you know, for everything to unfreeze, and enough time that I'm confident that all the gas is out of the intake manifold. So everyone in the car agrees, but then literally 30 seconds goes by and the bitching starts. I got my girlfriend in the car and I got one of my good friends, John, in the car. It's a rainy day and we're on the side of a highway and cars are going by fast. So it's making my girlfriend uncomfortable and she starts tearing up. She thinks we're going to get hit by a car. She wants me to start the car and go. The next thing that happens, I tell her we got to wait a little bit. She says, okay. But then my good friend John says, hey, we have another problem. I go, what? He's like, I didn't use the bathroom before we left the hotel room. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, I can't sit here much longer. I'm going to shit my pants. So I got my girlfriend crying and I got my friend who apparently is going to defecate himself. So I got a lot of pressure on me to start the car before I wanted to start the car. I tell them to fuck off basically a little while longer, and they do, but then I can't take it anymore. You know, it's getting too much. Start the car, man, you're good. Start the car. It's been like 20 minutes. So I caved into peer pressure, started that shit, and it sounded like a gunshot. My hood blew open, and I told everyone, it started smoking, the hood blew open. I told everyone to get the hell out of the car because I honestly thought it was going to burn down. We step back and it stopped smoking. I go and look at the damage. Exactly what I thought was going to happen happened, and the entire intake manifold exploded. Now I have this bike. So the bike, let's get to that part of the story. Now, because nobody wants an RX-8 in working condition, nobody wanted an RX-8 in broken condition. Till this dude came along, he had this bike. We agreed on an even trade, and really that's all that was. He wanted an RX-8, he had like another engine lying around, and I've never had a bike before, so this is actually my first bike. And I've had it ever since. It's been coming up on 2 years now. For a 98, at the time it had 5,000 miles on it, now it's got 8,000. It's been a great bike, good to learn on. You know, anyone who's like, oh, don't learn on 1,000. You can learn on 1,000. Granted, this is a 900. Same fucking thing, though. You can learn on 1,000. Or unless you're an idiot. You've seen those people online, their first time ever, they're like on dirt bikes or whatever, they let the clutch go and then they just panic and freak out and floor it and it goes flying into a fence and they look real stupid. We can get into a whole argument with everybody on the internet about what bike is best to start on. Everyone has their opinion, but everyone's opinions are like assholes. They all got them, but I don't want to acknowledge them. That's how the saying goes, right? My opinion's probably garbage too. Don't buy 1,000. That's a terrible idea. Fuck you listening to me for? However, I learned on one and I didn't die, so that's why I'm going to recommend them to people. You might know somebody who tried to learn on one and died, in which case you probably advocate strongly against that. Alright, other exciting news. We're going to Sema this year. For those of you who don't know, Sema is a automotive trade show that's not really open to the general public. You need to be in the business, and because we have an automotive related business, our registration got approved and we're very excited to be going this year. We're going to cover it to the best of our abilities. We've never been before, so we really don't know about the filming regulations, but as far as we know, you can film for personal use, granted the exhibition allows it, and we will do our best to get some incredible Sema footage this year. Should be really awesome. Getting all worked up just thinking about it, sitting here. That's a pretty nice R1 guy. Oh yeah, he saw his bike friends and he floored it. Another interesting Team Boosted related crap. We'll be able to pick up our powder coated parts soon, and then unfortunately we have another waiting period come up as we have to order the custom pistons. We had to wait on that because we need the dimensions from our heads and our cylinders that we're going to use so we can make sure that our pistons come out good. The rev bombs on this bike are magnificent because it sounds like a machine gun. Excuse me. bike just, I don't know, it's not faster than the R1 by any stretch of the imagination, but the level of danger that there is when riding it makes it feel way faster. Well, we just ate, and per usual, we are threw up in my helmet full. Actually, funny thing about that is in our last Porsche build video, one gentleman said that he was upset we hadn't gotten fast food. So we're gonna make sure that in our next Porsche video, we're gonna get a sickening amount of fast food needed on camera, just for you, guy. This is something I haven't talked to Devin about, but I feel like it's important to please that one guy who wants us to eat fast food. He made the point that we've gotten fast food every single build video except for the last one, in which case, that is pretty fucked up, and we're sorry about that. I'm sure that we've had a build video without fast food in it, but if that's not the case, then we most certainly have to make up for it. Yeah. By eating at least double the amount of fast food. I can't tell if this thing's recording. Is this thing recording? Did I press record? Is it? Ah, cool. That's awesome. You know, guys, we're gonna ride home now. We shared a story, we shared some updates. So one more thing I wanted to bring up. Channel suggestions. Not many people who have YouTube channels want as much feedback as we've been asking for, but if there's anything that we could be doing better, if there's anything that you guys want us to do, let us know in the comments, reach out on social media, and we'll improve the channel any way that we can. Make ridiculous requests, and we'll do our best to fill them. Do you want to see more motovlogs? We want to have something besides just car builds, because we want a little bit for everybody. That's why we do motovlogs. That's why we do day in the life. If there's anything that you'd like to see us do, let us know and we'll do it. Yeah, guys, as always, thanks for subscribing and watching. If you want to see more videos such as this one, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel.